So, Stephen A. Smith on his show yesterday went ahead and talked about Joe Burrow. And this is what he had to say. Let's go ahead and play it.
Honestly speaking, I think it's the Cincinnati Bengals because of Joe Burrow. A healthy Joe Burrow with Chase and Higgins and Boyd's in the crew. I can't underestimate them, Amina. I've watched Joe Burrow get the Cincinnati Bengals to a Super Bowl. I watched him get them to back-to-back AFC Championship games. This dude is no joke. Patrick Mahomes has 2 postseason losses in his career. One is to a 7-time champion in Tom Brady. The other is to Joe Burrow. And that is it. And when Joe Burrow is healthy, who can he not beat? When Joe Burrow is healthy, who do the Cincinnati Bengals look like? I mean, if you look at this team, okay, without him, there are teams squeezing into the playoffs or not making it, being good enough to make it. With him, they're a title contender and one of the top 4 teams in the National Football League. That's just how they perform. And that's why I say him. Because, again, if he's healthy, I believe Joe Burrow.
So I love the positive angle and the positive thing. By the way, sorry for the fact I had to cover half the screen, but YouTube copyright bot will take down my video if I don't do that. But anyway, though, I love the fact that he's giving Joe his, rightfully compliments, right? I still will say I like it when we're doubted. I hate it when we're, expected to be the best team possible, because that's when I feel like we play not as great. When we're doubted and people think we have nothing left, we're not going to play at that. That's when we play at the highest level. When everyone's like, oh yeah, the Bengals, the Bungles, they suck. We end up playing at a very high level, right? And I love that. When we're considered the best, then we usually play really good, but we don't play the best of the best. Here's what I'll say. I said this before and I'll say it again. I don't care, and I've changed my ways on this, about the idea of stopping the Chiefs from getting a three-peat. That's not our goal, right? Our goal is not to stop them from hitting a three-peat. Our goal is to be the best team in the NFL. We're not worried about what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing, what their success is, how many rings they have, how many rings they don't have, right? We're worried about being the team where not only Patrick, right, but any quarterback that plays us can't beat us. Lamar Jackson, who has been very well against us, played very well against our defense. Number 2, Deshaun Watson, whoever is in Cleveland quarterback situation. Pittsburgh's quarterbacks. That's what I care about a little bit more when it comes to, I want to be a team. Joe Burrow needs to be a guy who those teams cannot beat. Because those are 6 games a year we have to play, right? And then outside of that, every other team in the NFL, let's be that quarterback. Let's be Joe Burrow, be that quarterback that no one could beat. Because in the end of the day, right, I know right now it's between the Bengals and the Chiefs, and I have kind of fed into that a lot over the last year. But at the end of the day, we're not worried about them. We're past that. We're worried about Super Bowl and finishing the job that we need to finish. So I appreciate Stephen A. Smith for giving the, rightful, award here, I would say, to Joe Burrow of being the only quarterback that can stop Patrick Mahomes. But we're not worried about stopping Patrick Mahomes. We're worried about a Lombardi trophy. Patrick Mahomes might be a speed bump on our way to a Lombardi trophy, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But we're not worried about that. Because guess what? Josh Allen's also going to be. Every other quarterback in the NFL is going to be a speed bump. Lamar Jackson. Whoever else is out there. We're not worried about the speed bumps that are getting ourselves to a Super Bowl. The Chiefs have been a very successful team in the last 3 years. And there's no reason to keep going this narrative, I guess. And again, like I said, I've kind of changed my ways in that. Is we're not worried about, who is the best, who the best quarterback is, who the best team is. We're going to show you who the best quarterback is. We're going to show you who the best team is. And we're going to play our best football. And then, not going to be any questions, right? And that's what I think we have to do moving forward. So, I wish they doubted us more. I really do. Because just we play so good when we're doubted. I wish Stephen A. Smith came on here and said, oh yeah, Joe can't even there's no one to compete with Patrick. Not at all. Not even close. Not even Joe Burrow. And then we could prove that not only are we not competing with him, but we are the team to worry about. Nonetheless, though, he is right. With Joe Burrow, we are a top 4 team, and I give him props on that. Without Joe Burrow, yeah, we're kind of in the crapper. Not the crapper. I think we are still a playoff team, and I think, honestly, last year, or this season, if we had a better backup quarterback, I love Jake Browning, right? He doesn't have that much experience. He's not that long-tenured NFL quarterback. I feel like if we had someone like, for example, Cooper Rush, you knew I already had him in my brain. I just was kind of, longevity of that. If we had Cooper Rush, I feel like we would have been a playoff team, if not a Super Bowl team. The problem is our defense. Last year, our defense, or this, I keep saying last year. I mean this year, okay? 2023 season. Our defense, with our injuries to not only DJ Reader, but also Cheeto wasn't 100%. Cam Taylor-Britt came back from an injury. Poison Ivy goes out for the year. It was just a mess. And our offensive injuries, T. Higgins, ups and down with his injuries. Jamar Chase has injuries. I don't know if we could have survived the gauntlet to get to the Super Bowl, even if we did have Cooper Rush at quarterback, or even better than that. So I'll definitely say this year was kind of a lost cause, but as long as we're healthy and we have our players healthy, knock on wood, all day, every day, we are the team, even without Joe, that I feel like with a capable quarterback under center, we could be a longevity team. And we didn't have that. We have not had that in a very long time, because Brandon Allen wasn't the guy who could come in and be that guy if we needed him to be, right? Neither was, I'm thinking Trevor Siemian was not Trevor Siemian. Jake Browning was the best option, but even he was young, inexperienced, wasn't able to play at that high enough level to get us there. And I mean, he almost did. Like, in his credit, and I love Jake Browning. I'm not trying to trash him at all here. This is really not his fault at all. This is just he hasn't played as much. But even he almost got us there. The Steelers would have lost to the Seahawks. The Browns, obviously we beat the Browns. We would have almost been in the playoffs. But again, it's like, how long will we have gotten? Will we just have gotten a worst draft pick? Which we would have. Right now, 18th, we would have probably been like 25th, 26th. So, it is what it is. I think that's something this offseason we might look at. Because we're getting Jake Browning back, right? But we might look at potentially another quarterback as like a third-string quarterback. We just cut A.J. McCarron so he could go out there and play the XFL. So, maybe we sign a veteran quarterback. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.